Hi everybody, Guillaume here for Thomann's Guitars and Basses, and I have the absolute pleasure to be here with Frank Bello.
How are you, man?
I'm very good, feeling very privileged to be here today.
Well, thank you for that. But I'm feeling privileged. The size of this place is enormous.
It's quite.
It's enormous. It's like its own city. I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of space here.
It is, yeah.
Awesome.
There is. Yeah, you need to when you have that many guitars and basses in stock.
Which is it's a candy store.
Come check it out.
Yeah.
No, it's really worth the trip. Like we tell a lot of people, it needs to be a destination because there's not much around it.
Yeah.
So you need to come for this, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
Do it.
It's a candy store. It's a candy store for like guitars and bass and instruments. It's insane.
Everything else.
Wow.
No, but thank you so much for making the trip. Thank you to Spector for bringing you over.
Yeah.
It's an absolute pleasure. And we're going to get talking about your beautiful bass right here. I'd like to just like back it up a little bit at first and start with the beginning, because you grew up in the same house as Charlie Benante.
Yes.
Why did you pick the bass and not the drums?
Honestly,
where does that come from?
Real honest is I played guitar at first.
Yeah.
And Charlie and I would jam.
Oh,
together.
yeah, okay.
As we were growing, we grew up as like brothers, you know, and believe me, we went at it a lot. You know, that's the fun of it all. We still go at it. That's the fun. But I was playing the rhythms, the bass parts on the rhythm guitar. Charlie and I would be jamming, and he's the one that told me, he goes, you know, why don't you just switch the bass? And because I heard that, it was a natural thing. Like, I love guitar. I write songs with the guitar. Yeah. But it just so happens that when I hear a song, I go to the bass and separate it in my head. So I only hear bass, the bass parts. And I still do that. But, yeah, it's a weird thing.
And to this day, do you still write on guitar and then just kind of filter it out and go to the bass?
Absolutely. The bass is always second. Unless I have a bass riff that I want to intro something, right? I'll do that. When you come home from a tour, you don't want to see a bass, you know what I mean? Because you're living with it. And I love bass, but then I want to get hungry for it again, so I'll start guitar and writing and stuff, and then I'll say, you know, I'm itching to play a bass. That's what I do. So
that's super interesting. And so how does that work in the context of Anthrax? Like, do you present whatever you've written to the band? Or
everybody does that.
We,
it's all demos at this point. It's all digital stuff, so we send each other stuff. Charlie's in Chicago. Scott's in LA. I'm in New York. So imagine traveling like that.
How it works, yeah.
The three of us get together after we have, you know, a collection that we think are strong enough, and we'll bat them down and really put them together and make sure they work.
That's awesome to see like that process evolve over like
it's a lot.
Whatever, like 40 years that you guys have been at it.
And that's a process, believe me. I think it's been almost 10 years since the last Anthrax record, which is insane. We all are very, very hungry because we're in mixing right now. The new Anthrax record, I'm proud to say, I'm very psyched about this, that it's mixing, and now we get to hear the fruit, you know, the whole thing of it, and just to hear them really come to life. Now, after all that, and really the parts are all done, everything's locked in, and to hear what they're going to sound like when people hear it, it's, as a fan of the band, it's like,
it's ready,
but
I feel that.
You get hungry, you know? You get hungry and you're ready. You know you have the goods. So we're pretty psyched.
That's awesome.
You know?
That's really exciting to, like, not just to have an album, but to have, like, a band that gets so giddy and so excited about bringing something new and something fresh like that. It's just so inspiring.
You know what it is, man? I think you never stop being a fan. Never stop being a fan because that's where the gut is. You know, it comes from your gut. And you are hungry. I want to hear, I'm an Anthrax fan, so I want to hear the best of the best. What do we have? When you hear a bad riff, it's out. You know, when something's got to work, it's got to be good enough for us. That's why we know if it's good enough for us, everybody will like it, and that's the way we've always worked.
Well, there's you, there's the bass, there's Anthrax, and there's your sound within that. And so how did that evolve? Are you the kind of guy that goes, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, or are you a seeker? Are you experimenting a lot with sound?
I'm not an experimenter, but I have a specific sound in my head. If it doesn't match that, I have to get it. My sound is my sound. I have that in my head, and a lot of people like that. I'm fortunate enough to say that. So I mean, it's the Anthrax sound. Like, Scott has got this really heavy guitar sound on that side. Then I have Charlie Benante's kick drums, and I have to somehow fit right in the center, right? And that's not always easy.
That is a tall order.
It's frequency. It's frequency. At the end of the day, that's what happens, and you'll hear it, and then you say, oh, okay, there it is. And my producer, Jay Rustin, he knows, he's also an Anthrax fan, so we have it locked in. We're really psyched.
How did you get to Spector? When did that story begin?
Really funny, and we were talking about Doug Wimbish before. I've been friends with Doug forever. We're actually writing. I'm writing with Living Color. I'm writing songs with Living Color for the next record right now. So we've been in constant contact. I call up Doug. Hey, Frankie, and we're talking for like a half an hour. So I said, so Doug, here's the deal, dude. I'm thinking about it. What are your thoughts about Spector? How is everything? How's your relationship? He goes, dude, I love these guys, and we went on, and how much he loves them is great. Yeah. He goes, so what are you thinking? Should I approach them? He goes, you're not going to believe this. I'm having a meeting. I have a photo shoot meeting with them tomorrow up in Woodstock. I'm going to FaceTime you.
Yeah.
And you're going to meet John Stipple, the guy that we had to talk to. Yeah. So long story short, dude, as Doug is Doug, he calls me up. I look, it's Doug Wimmish on my phone. All of a sudden, Frankie, I want you to talk to somebody. It was like that, dude. It was just like that. And I talked to John Stipple. He's an awesome guy. Mm-hmm. The guy that cares about everything. And he brought me through the process. And then I met the rest of the people at Spector. I went up there. I told them my ideas, what I'm looking for. Because I had this bass in my head for a long, long time. A long, long time. And what I wanted specifically, they never said no. Everything I said was check, 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 check. You know, it was all checked off. The boxes were all checked. They brought this shape out to me.
Yeah.
And they said, we'd like you to just look, if you're into it, because we know you're this kind of shape. And all my career, the P bass kind of vibe, right? So I looked at, yeah, I played it. They had one there. And I said, yeah, of course. Let's, and I said, so this is what has to happen for me. This neck, my pickups, all the wood, all that stuff. And I tell you, man, it was almost too easy scarily. So they sent me basses. We're going back and forth and emails. And then one day this thing showed up. Just so you know, I gave them this neck. I have a specific neck at home.
Oh, yeah.
I literally brought to Spector. I said, see this? And they were so on it. These makers, man, they cared. You know when somebody cares and say you could trust them to care?
Yes.
These guys, man, it was like a baker that's really, he wants to make you happy and the sweetest thing in the world. These guys took it on. They were writing things down. Say, what else do you, okay. And they took out measuring things. They were just measuring, and they went. So I left it with them, and I couldn't believe it, honestly. So this thing is exactly what I want.
The thing that struck me and really echoes to the story you just told is that this is not the Spector shape that I have in mind. Seeing that bass come out to me is a true testament to the fact that they went with your vision. Yeah. And they went with your neck shape, and they didn't like tell, because I see a lot of that in some companies. They're like, oh yeah, you signed as an artist, you can pick between that shape and that shape, right, and we'll put your name on the headstock. But this is not that. This is your bass. This is
my bass.
This is epic.
This is my bass. Like, and it means so much to me. They really nurtured this bass because I think those guys, they wanted it to really succeed, right? I mean, because think about it. This is a big opportunity there, that trying a different bass shape for them and breaking the mold. I love the Spectors. They gave me some amazing shape, which I love. But for me, I'm so happy that they wanted to work with me the way my shape always was. Yeah. And to be quite honest, we're finding there's a really big market out there for this. Oh yeah. Because when I hear that my basses are back ordered now, it's right, because thank you. It makes me feel great. Not that I don't want people to have basses, but that people are buying these basses and finding out how great they are. Yeah. And we kept it at a good price. Yeah. That's the point. People can afford this bass. I'm the player that wants to pay it forward now. That's where I'm at. And that's what I think we're doing with this bass. I'm curious because you've had your set of pickups for a long time with EMG. Do you ever try to read things like, okay, I'm going with a new bass shape or a different wood or this or that? Do I need to revoice? Do I need to do this or that? Great question. Or has it just been boop, done? That's a great question. We just met each other, but if you knew me, I say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right? And because I want people who buy the bass to plug in and play and have the best out of it, right? Yeah. And not have to go through the bells and whistles of everything. I have a Sans amp, you probably know this. Yeah. I have a signature Sans amp where I can go into any studio. Last week, I recorded a track for another band, and they had no amps. I didn't have to bring an amp. They had everything there, but you know what I brought? This and that, and the Sans amp. Yeah. Dude, it was me. Yeah. And that was me. So that's what I ask for. Plug in and play. Have it. That's why, for me, it's the 3 knobs. Really easy, simplicity. Because, you have your tone. Yeah. You have your tone. So I enjoy knowing the confidence that my tone is going to be my tone consistently. I think that's important. And look, then if you want to switch around, you need a little more bass and you need more treble, stuff like that. And my Stanzamp can do any of that. I'm not really worried about it. So these EMGs, we went back and forth. It's a PJ setup. With pickups, it's all about combination. So we kept trying different ones that, again, I have in my head the punch. It's about the punch. It's got to cut through. Think about what you're recording and stuff. It's got to cut through the guitar and the drums. Does that meet it? How in your fingers? I play with my fingers. Is it harder? Is it a pain in the ass because I don't have the punch I need from the pickups? No, these pickups are exactly what for me. When we found the right combination, it was there. That's how I know. And I called them up. We got them. And I knew we had the right ones. And now I've had them on all my basses, and people are really loving the. You know, it's funny with these pickups. I have some jazz players playing them that are friends of mine. I have some country guys. They're all digging them because you can go anywhere with it. Because they like the punch. They like the punch, and they can use them, and you back it off if you want with volume.
That's it. Rather have too much than too little, and
rather have it than not have it, right? So, and they say they can back it off, which is really great. So EMG are very happy with my pickup too. So that's why I'm going there.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I'm just like now. It's the first time that I see it in person. I'm noticing a whole bunch of details, like the inlay and the EMG, like the same color as the instrument as well. Like,
it's a little thing that nerds like me love, and I want to pay it forward and say, look, this is how cool this is. This little thing, because I know people like that stuff. And I think it's important to know that, all right, he went the extra length. So do you know the story about the purple?
I don't know. It's a
reason why purple, and everybody should know this. Back in the day, when I was young, my dad kind of took off, right? And so my dad left us. So the women in my house, my grandmother, my mother, and my aunt, they were the ones that really, they raised me. They raised me to be the man I was, you know, and I am. They were the ones that say, go do what you want to do. If you want music, go do what you want to do. So unfortunately, within the last couple of years, both of them have passed away, unfortunately. It's terrible, but thank you.
It really is.
Their favorite color was purple.
Oh, man.
My thing is, at this point in my life, and I've been around the block a few times, you could see it.
Come on.
I want to kind of pay tribute to them, right? This color, if you look on the Spector website, it's called Tinarose. That's the color, purple, Tinarose. Tina's my grandmother, Rose is my mom. So in my head, and it keeps me sane, because when you lose somebody, it really gets you. I bring them everywhere I go. So every stage, I just played the Black Sabbath stage, probably the biggest stage I've ever played in my life.
True, yeah.
And for me, I brought my grandmother and my mother with me because this was on the stage with me. And it meant that much more, and say thank you, I'm playing on the biggest stage because of you. And that's what made it for me. And so it is that. That's why it's all matching. It's all for them, the whole thing, and from the back to the front. And it means something. Every time I look down at it, it's kind of like a calming thing. It really is that. And
that's beautiful.
That's where I'm at. Thank you. That's where I'm at in my head right now in my life. But you know, you gotta pay tribute, man. It's all good.
Yeah. No, and it's such an understated, elegant way of doing it. Well, I really think it's a beautiful color, and now knowing what it means to you is extra.
Don't forget where you came from, and it puts you right back into place at 13 years old, starting again. Grandma, mom said, go play. And that's it, I'm good. Yeah. And you know, I feel better, and I talk to them, it's all good. It's spiritual, it's very spiritual for me.
Yeah. I have, that echoes a lot with me. I really, really admire that. And I think beyond the fact that, you know, don't forget where you come from sort of keeps you humble. Beyond that, it keeps you excited about what you're doing, because you're back as that 13, 14-year-old figuring it out and putting a band together, and you're like, this is the most exciting shit I've ever done in my life.
So right on that. So right, because in my head, look, in my head, I'm still 13.
Yeah.
I don't think people that play music, people that, I mean, that's where we started, and I think we lived there. We lived there, and I don't think we should ever get old in our mind. Look, our bodies, it's going to happen, right? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm still, look how I acted today around here. I act like a 13-year-old because I like to have fun and make people laugh and have a good time and create an atmosphere of fun.
Yeah.
I think that's really important in the longevity of life, because it's this short, man, and I want to ride out and having the best time I could. And that's what matters to me.
Wise words.
Oh,
I no,
you.
it truly is. Yeah, it truly is beautiful. I'm. You know what? Let's go back to like. Can you give me the rundown on the specs on this guy?
Absolutely,
Because
yeah.
now
I'm sorry because
I need a minute to
we went
collect
there,
myself.
And I thank you. I thank you for doing that because I know it
you.
touched you, and I didn't
really
mean, I
did.
don't want it to make you feel bad, but it's truth, and I think everybody should celebrate it. And then, you know, that feeling that they have with their parents and stuff.
Oh
So,
yeah. I lost my granddad a month ago, and that man raised
sorry.
me, and it's
Yeah.
it is a part of it. Nothing gets you ready for that,
No,
but you
no.
you do carry them with you, whatever you do.
They
And so,
instilled it in you. That's the
Oh,
way I
yeah.
look at it. They instilled.
Oh, yeah.
You have to carry on for them. That's what this is. It's like, let's carry on for them
Yeah.
and move on. And it all works if you let it. If it all works if you let it.
Yeah.
After all this time on the earth, that's what I've learned. So I just want to pay it forward. So let's start talking about the sec.
Yes.
The statistics on this. I'm stuttering.
yes.
We have alderwood. Alderwood.
Classic.
I love alderwood
Yeah.
because of the sustain. You can get the same sustain and warmth with alderwood that you could a heavier wood, but my back doesn't hurt as much. You know, if you've seen an Anthrax show, a quite lively show with jumping around and all that stuff. So after a while, like my lower disc, man, it's roughed up.
Yep.
So I got to be careful. So I thought with this, how can I do it? And alderwood for me, absolutely. I've used this in the studio, dude. I've used it in this. There's no sustain loss. Everything's right on with this bass.
If it's well picked, if it's good wood, regardless of the essence, man. 100%.
Spector's only good wood.
Oh,
the,
yeah.
the crazy thing when you go to Spector, they don't play around with that stuff. That's their name.
Yeah.
So it's the alder wood with the pickups we talked about before. Easy. I like simplicity for when I play live. This knob, these pickups, this knob, this, and that's a tone, right? As easy as possible, right?
Yeah.
I love block inlays. I just like the way they look. It just means a lot to me. It matches the bass exactly the way. I had this vision in my head for years, so it really came out the way I wanted. We have the maple neck. Now, reason why maple, people are asking, maple punches. It's more of a clarity when you play, especially in the heavy music that I play. I find it an easier clarity. When you play, it cuts through better. It just does. It's a natural thing. It's a beautiful wood. Let's talk about one of my favorite parts of the bass.
Yes.
The brass nut. The brass nut.
Epic.
Now, in reality, you don't have to have a brass nut, but when you get in the studio and need that little extra sustain, right? And even in live, when I go check my bass, there's a little thing that I don't have to overwork for that sustain. I don't have to dig in as much as I want because it's there with this brass nut.
Right.
So I have them on all my basses because I've learned through the years. Again, I want to show people what worked for me. I can't tell you what to do. This has worked for me, and this is how I found out.
Yeah. It's a tone thing, isn't it? A bit too. Like it does sound a little different.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's more of a high-endy, but not too much. You know what I mean? Not like
No.
It's not like that.
Yeah.
But it does lend itself to. I call it a higher end sustain.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If that's a good way to describe it. Let's talk about tuning pegs.
The most interesting part of every instrument.
Right. I'm a big baby, as I said. I live from my heroes. There was Geddy Lee, Steve Harris, Geezer Butler, right? There was also another group I don't know if you know this, if you're UFO.
I do not.
Okay, Google, everybody,
educate
please Google
myself
UFO.
afterwards,
Google
yeah.
UFO. Rest his soul, Pete Way was the bass player of UFO.
Okay.
Pete Way, when I opened a magazine, a rock magazine as a kid, and I loved this stuff, I look on the cover, and Pete Way would be on the cover in the camera lens right there. Guess what? Guess what he was doing?
That's
The camera, the light would hit that right there, and it would reflect into it, and that was like, it was the kid in the candy store, right?
Yeah,
the kid in the yes, and that was it for me. So after that, it was Steve Harris who did the same thing. I said, yes.
true. Yeah, he had that.
Steve was always doing that.
Yeah.
Steve was a big fan of his too, Pete Way. So,
Okay.
But I got it from those guys, and I just wanted to carry on with the torch because at that back then when I saw that in the magazine, I said, if I ever have this chance to make it, you put it in the back of your head, you store it away.
Yeah.
But you know what? When you get to a place like Spector, and they say, what kind of tuning pegs? Ding, 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 right? You have it ready. I think he didn't finish the sentence, and I said, the classics, of course, we're doing it, and therefore it's all me. This is my personality. I think in bass, you put your personality in this, and that's the whole thing. I even put if you guys can see that. That's my little logo there.
Yeah.
You've probably seen that before. My wife actually drew that. I'm very proud of you, Teresa. Very good. Yes, and
really
the
cool
signature.
logo.
Yeah, so I'll give her a little hype. And this bass is ready to go. Let me tell you one more thing. I've been on this little clinic run I've been doing through Germany.
Yeah.
You know, we did Guitar Summit, right, last week.
Yes.
Did clinics, master classes, right? A bunch of them.
Yeah.
I didn't bring the bass from home. I didn't bring my bass.
Oh, yeah.
My point was to take it out of the box, make them see I'm taking it out of the box, make people see that you're getting exactly what I'm playing on stage. And this is how it sounds out of the box. Nothing's fixed. Nothing. I mean, it came set. So my whole point is I'm going to show you something that you can actually buy and play today. And because it's really important for me to again, pay it forward and make sure people have a quality bass for a good price. Because there's kids in my clinics that are 5 and 6 years old. There's also 70-year-old men and women. You know, when you don't go above what they can afford, you're actually helping them play.
Yeah.
It was really important to me.
You build something that federates as well.
Exactly.
It's just, yeah.
And so, and then if it's a quality product, quality bass, that's what I'm hearing. Everybody's talking about it. It's doing really well, and I hope you guys give it a chance. That's
Should.
You know,
Check out the link in the description.
Yeah, you have a link. You can point right here, right?
That's it, somewhere.
It's somewhere down here. Yeah. If you guys haven't come here yet, I'm just saying I'm the new guy here. It's amazing. I'm not kissing ass here. The truth of the matter is, it's a candy store. There's so much. It's so big. I went to the bathroom before. If he didn't show me where that was, I wouldn't be here right now. But it was so it's so awesome. So yeah, give it a shot. Come around.
Well, you're welcome back anytime.
I would love it.
Thank you.
I will. Thank you.
So very much. It was a beautiful moment. I really enjoyed hearing you play with Annika. That video is probably not out yet, but
She's awesome.
Great reason to subscribe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you for having me.
And all the best. I mean, what can I wish you? Your life is most people's bucket list, man.
I'm very fortunate, but with the good thing, come to the show.
Yeah.
When we play here, please. Anthrax is coming out with a whole new album and tour.
Yes.
So please, next year when we come here, please come and you can see this thing in action.
I haven't seen you guys live in 14 years.
Wow.
Last time I saw you live, I think it was 2011. I was celebrating my high school diploma, and that was you.
I love that. Well, we're better now.
Yeah. All right.
No, we have some fun. We absolutely have some fun.
That's the most important part.
Thank you for having me with this, man. This was so good. And the questions were great, too.
Oh, thank you.
So thank you. You went deep.
It was a beautiful moment. I
appreciate
it.
that.
Well, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed that too. Thank you very much for watching. Check out the bass in the links in the description. We'll put the Anthrax dates as well so you don't miss out on that.
Awesome.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Cheers.
Bye.
Great job, dude.
Thank you so much.
Really great job, man. You make it easy.